Welcome to the Albuquerque Journal's Tech Outlook podcast. CNM is truly one college with infinite possibilities in tech and data sciences. CNM offers programs where everyone can learn about software, apps, or how to build websites. You can also choose from AI programs and machine learning, the Internet of Things, and so much more. CNM, one college, infinite possibilities, and the proud sponsor of the Tech Outlook podcasts.
Hi, welcome to episode 7 of Tech Outlook. I am Rosanna Martinez. I am the business writer for the Albuquerque Journal. Joining me today is Mia Petersen. Welcome, Mia, to the show.
Hi, Rosanna. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. And can you please introduce yourself to our audience today?
Yeah, I'm happy to. My name is Mia Petersen. I am the ED and CEO for the New Mexico Tech Council.
Wonderful. Well, welcome. So, tell us about your involvement with the New Mexico Tech Council.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here and talk a little bit about what we do. The New Mexico Tech Council is a 501c6 nonprofit. That means we're a membership. And so I always kind of like to joke, we're not your mama or maybe your daddy's membership. A lot of memberships are focused on one real narrow profession. So it might be the Association of Journalists. And so what's different about the New Mexico Tech Council is we provide an association services to the entire tech industry in New Mexico. And that includes industry sectors like cybersecurity, AI, software programming. So we're really looking to be inclusive to anybody who's a tech practitioner and support the tech industry.
Wonderful. When was the New Mexico Tech Council created?
So this is really cool. Today's actually our birthday. Today's our 24th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in our roaring 20s. We can say that. And so we were officially created in the year 2000. I think kind of unofficially, there was several folks in the community. Our founder is Randy Burge. And so Randy, along with several other sort of innovators and tech-focused people, had kind of informally gathered prior to 2000. But we've been around for about 24 years now.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And, why was the New Mexico Tech Council created?
Absolutely. We were really founded with the vision that's very similar to what we do today, and that is to support all the great things that are happening in tech. And our founder, Randy Burge, really just saw that, and he wanted to create a space where people could come and talk. And I think in our inception, it was a lot less formal than it is today. We're still pretty casual. We're inclusive, but it was more just like folks getting around, maybe having a beer together or hanging out and talking about the challenges they were facing in the ecosystem. And so that was really kind of the catalyst.
Wonderful. I guess in the beginning, what was the mission? What did you set out to achieve with the council?
Yeah. So, one of the biggest challenges a lot of tech companies face is funding, right? And so we, over the years, have supported startups to varying degrees and helping to connect them with resources. Another big challenge for a lot of tech businesses is workforce. I mean, that's not exclusive to tech. That's across all industries and professions, especially in this day and age. I think that's where the New Mexico Tech Council has become a lot more relevant. But certainly in the inception was a part of the mission as well. Workforce development and helping people connect with, rather employers connect with employees, but also looking at how do we create the tech workforce of tomorrow? What are some of those initiatives that we can do on large institutional levels or with state and local government to really ensure that New Mexico's got that workforce that's going to meet the needs of tomorrow? And then finally, I would say really just providing a network. And there's so many natural sort of benefits that come out of having a broad network, which is why we focus across multiple tech industries. is there's a lot of synergies and innovations that happen that are just, they're unpredictable, they're unscripted, but you know how it is when you get a room of people together. It's incredible to see how problems can be solved. And so anything from, business resources to strategic planning to, some of those bigger problems that businesses face.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds like the council has had quite the impact on technology in New Mexico. And, and talking about that, what kind of opportunities have you seen, happening because of the council?
Yeah, well, thank you for your kind words. With the Tech Council, I'm really proud to continue the legacy. It's been an incredible list of volunteers and paid staff and board members and members who have kind of chained together over the past 24 years to make the success a reality. I think, we've had a number of different impacts in organizations just being able to find the resources they need on a budget. And so what I really like about our membership is about 30%, about a third of our members are kind of, what you would call small business, mom and pop, sole proprietorship. And these are organizations that through the Tech Council, they're able to tap into resources, advocacy, or other, partnerships that they wouldn't otherwise be able to do that are really going to help them thrive. In terms of specific examples, we were really instrumental in kind of helping Sacred Wind a couple years ago with some of the advocacy that they were doing in terms of bringing broadband to the state of New Mexico and really to a lot of tribal lands. We've also been really helpful to startups. It kind of an innumerable amount, but a lot of small businesses and helping them promote positions that they were looking to fill through our job board. Also in kind of helping them get the promotional access through our network that you typically have to pay an advertising agency. And so we've had a number of organizations, I would say, who have benefited from that. We've worked very closely with the Computer Science Alliance. We worked very closely with the Tech Hire Grant, which provided a lot of funding for young people to pursue tech-related educations, and just really looking to plug into those various needs over the years.
And, how do you become a member? How do you get involved with the Tech Council?
Yeah, it's really easy. We try to make it as easy as possible. And I think a lot of people say, oh, well, I'm not a programmer. I'm not a scientist. I don't belong there. And that's not true at all. Sign up really depends on what you're looking for. And we have a number of different membership levels that are tailored to kind of meet those individual needs. And we're always happy to work with members too, to say, okay, can we look at piecemeal what works for you? But that's kind of a long-winded answer to your question. If you're interested in learning more about membership, you can always meet with myself or a member of the team one-on-one. Also, you can go online. We have all of our information on our website, which is www.nm, like our beautiful state, tech, like technology, council, like I always say, Council of Elders, .com, and you can check us out there.
Wonderful. Well, great. I'm glad that you provided the website so people can find out more information and, get in touch with you if they would like a one-on-one. And so tell me a little bit about some of the companies and entities that the Tech Council collaborates with. I know you mentioned some, but, can you just talk to me, maybe on the government level, if there's I saw that there was some collaborations with some state government entities.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to. So, kind of with that broad membership, we are not only looking to partner with private entities, but also educational and state and local government. It's really important for us to have that mix. So one of our biggest contributors in terms of volunteer and financial support is the City of Albuquerque, the Department of Tech and Innovation, the Department of Economic Development. And so Director Leach has been incredibly supportive of the Tech Council. Prior to him, Director Oslo was a huge fan. We've been really lucky to have them sit on our board of directors as well. And I'd like to also give a shout out to I don't know if that's actually her official title, Monica Mitchell at the Department of Economic Development for the city, who's also been really supportive in terms of our programming and helping us get to a broader audience. So we've been tremendously supported by the City of Albuquerque. And also, really on the state level, the Department of Information Technology is also one of our biggest supporters. And so, the leadership in terms of that position and the CIO position, Jason Johnson and Raja Sambadalan, those two have been such huge supports. Again, volunteering, offering space, offering funds when they can, and really seeing the need behind what we do here, and the need for tech in New Mexico. In terms of our other really big partners, we're really, really fortunate to have a great partnership with CNM and CNM Ingenuity. Financially and volunteer-wise, again, they're just really stepping up to the table. And likewise, we're incredibly impressed with the work that they're doing for non-traditional education here in the state.
So tell me a little bit about your collaboration with CNM. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So one way that a lot of members get involved with us is through our signature events. And we have two. We have the Women in Tech Awards, the New Mexico Women in Tech Awards, that we've been doing now for 16 years. We just had our big award ceremony a couple weeks ago. And then the New Mexico Tech Summit, which is formerly known as Experience IT, which is the biggest tech conference in the state of New Mexico. And CNM has been a big financial supporter for those two events, really believing in the mission and the vision. They have also helped us with content, offering, some ideas behind the scenes on strategy, but also putting forth speakers and content ideas, really helping us to bring that message, kind of how do we get the cutting edge workforce of tomorrow that we need? And how do we get, ensure that every young New Mexican, especially those that are minorities or from indigenous populations and young women, see themselves in tech. And so we've just really enjoyed our collaboration there in terms of, kind of, again, planning the event, executing the event, and then also kind of realizing and having their staff come out in support or having students attend the event. So just really, they're just tremendously supportive. I can't emphasize enough.
Wonderful. And I just saw that the New Mexico Women in Tech Awards recently happened last month, so a few weeks ago. And so as a woman in tech, can you tell me the influence women have had in the tech industry here in New Mexico?
Yeah, and I think that, this is where there's a couple of other awards programs that recognize women. But each year when we go through the application process, and we actually bring back the year previous honorees to do the judging and, kind of determine, that way it's unbiased. It's not like I'm deciding, right? And I'm like, oh, I like you. Here you go. So we have like a rigorous process. But I do look at the applications, and it's just incredible to see the concentration of and the work that women are doing and the programs that they've set up. And I do want to highlight Mary Monson. She was an awardee this year. And, she works for Sandia Labs, and she created the blueprint for how the national labs all across the country are looking to take their patent technology and really high tech and transfer that to the local private industry markets. And, just a tremendous, it's so incredible, right? Because lay people, we don't really get to see what happens in the labs, right? We know a lot of it's around defense, and we get like these little sneak peeks, but she's really enabled this process by which these discoveries and these breakthroughs are made public. And not only that, it's supporting a lot of startups. And from an economic perspective, that's huge. And I think we're seeing the power of tech transfer in the space industry right now, right? Where NASA's like, look, we can't solve these problems as quickly as a lot of the startups can, so let's shop it out. And that's kind of the idea there is, sharing the wealth, and also knowing there's a lot of smart people out there who are not going to work for labs, right? So let's figure this out together and make our society better at the end of it. So Mary's a shining example of that, but, also kind of looking at our line. Another honoree I want to shout out from this cohort is Trace Cliphouse. And Trace has such a amazing career. She's an artist. She makes perfume. But in addition to that, she's an attorney. She worked at the Environmental Department of New Mexico for many years, trying, really ensuring that our beautiful landscape is maintained for future generations. And now she's the CEO of an AI-based firm. And what they really do is it's AI for the purpose of environmental law and conservation. And so I love her interdisciplinary approach to how she's solving problems, and also kind of, ensuring that we maintain this treasure, right? And so very opposite ends of what we would consider tech, right? It's like you would never think about those two necessarily in the same room unless it's an awards ceremony. But each year I'm just blown away by the tremendous work that these women are doing. And statistically, a lot of, I think when we support women, we're also supporting our communities, right? And even if these women are not moms, like their impact on the community, their mentorship, is just tremendous. It's just different. We still need our guys. I'm an LA of you men. I'm not a man hater, but I think it's also women have not been seen in the lead for so long, and that's really shifting. And we need more of that, right? And it's not about this battle of the sexes. I think a lot of people are like, well, wait, especially some men, right? It's like, well, wait, where's my place? And it's like, it's not about that. It's about when we lift up the other half, then we all succeed. So, you can tell I have a real soft spot in my heart for this award ceremony. It's something I'm really proud that we do and I get to work on.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad that you have it so you can recognize these women for all their efforts that probably people don't see, behind the scenes. So wonderful, Mia. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on our show today. I really appreciate it. I've learned a lot. And I hope people will visit the website, find out a little more about the Tech Council, and become members and more involved.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. It's really an honor and a privilege, and appreciate your time today, Rosanna. Thank you.
Thank you.